Hello everyone and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hi everybody.
We are back with part 2 of our Legend of Zelda Let play.
That we are.
And I am working on finishing this snack, so forgive the rustling.
That's alright, I forgive you. Because there's a lot of grinding in this game, admittedly, because it needs to build up your rupee chest. And Kevin was telling me about a joke from a video that fell flat on its face because I don't get the joke.
I think it was just a potential misunderstanding that the reviewer had of an Easter egg in the Mario movie.
Yes.
But I know said person is not necessarily a huge gamer.
Uh-huh.
But said person often...
Well, he had a notorious rivalry with a video gamer.
Right. Because he's the movie equivalent of said video gamer reviewer.
Yeah.
This is another case of we're not naming names, but people are smart enough to know who we're talking about. So, because you guys are smart.
Oh, yeah.
You our viewers are smart, so.
Absolutely, guys. Right on the money.
I mean, some YouTubers we talk about that we don't name, probably not gonna get, but
Right.
these people, yeah, you'll know who we're talking about.
Pretty much. I'd be shocked if you did.
But yeah. But he does always kind of have this attitude that he knows, no offense, but he has this knowledgeable attitude about everything, even the stuff he's not knowledgeable about.
Yeah.
Which, that is one of my nitpicks with that reviewer.
Yes.
That and his review wasn't different enough for me to like. I mean, I also have the huge unpopular opinion about the Super Mario Brothers movie, that the new one, that it's basically meh, kind of bad, meh at best.
Yeah.
As you guys know, I've ranted about it a lot, and you're probably like, oh god, please stop. And I promise I'll get back to talking about Zelda 2.
Yes.
But, you know, I kind of feel like his review is not different enough. Like, I kind of feel like
Nice.
the things he likes are the things everybody likes, and the things he complains about, everybody's complained about. And, yes, granted, the things he did complain about are complaints I have as well, but I have complaints that go beyond that. Cries.
It's alright, buddy.
But yeah, anyway. And I probably am gonna attempt to do a how I would write it post.
I agree.
Because
you should do that.
every once in a while I have listened to other YouTubers do that with stuff, and it seems like an interesting challenge. An interesting, well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Like,
Yeah.
and
I fully encourage you to do
huh, well, I could try.
it. Yeah, it's a good idea. Awesome. Eventually we'll be able to use this person, but right now she's not talking to us. Or talk with this person, because requires a very special item.
Cool.
Yep. Since I got the magical shield, should I attempt trying the first dungeon?
If you want to.
Sure.
But yes, this game, even though it's the first in the franchise, it is not my first game.
Yeah.
My first Legend of Zelda game was Ocarina of Time. Probably like a lot of people in my generation. But I know in your case, was this your first Zelda game?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, this was my first Legend of Zelda.
Which is quite shocking to me. But, yeah, in my case, it was Ocarina of Time. And then let me think. Yeah, I guess Majora's Mask was the second one. And then after that point, I went back and played some of the earlier ones. Like, I played A Link to the Past after that one. So I guess A Link to the Past was my third one. And then these two. I mean, this one and the sequel, Legend of Zelda and Legend of Zelda 2 Link's Adventure. Because I tried, but I could not get a copy of Link's Awakening.
That was one of the harder ones to get a hold of on Game Boy, especially after the Game Boy Advanced version.
Yeah.
No, Game Boy Color version had the DX with the extra dungeon that they put in.
Right, and I couldn't even really get a hold of that one.
Wow.
I had the hardest time. Yeah.
So did I.
The only time I got a copy of Link's Awakening was like literally on my 3DS. I downloaded it on eShop. To give you an idea of how long it took me to actually get a copy. And that's a port of the DX version, so even that's not the original one. It's the Game Boy Color version. So yeah. And you know, pretty much after that point, I played most of the Zelda games in order, though there are a few I've sometimes by will and sometimes not by will missed out on. Like, I actually chose to skip out on Spirit Tracks.
Yeah. Spirit Tracks was a bit of a hard sell for me, admittedly, because...
Yeah.
I love the shade of red, though.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is really hard.
It is.
I think I might have gotten past the first dungeon, but that's about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Whereas I think in A Link to the Past, I managed to get past 2 dungeons.
Nice. I will admit, though, that A Link to the Past is another one of my all-time favorites.
Oh my god, it's great.
It's beautifully well written.
Yes.
And it actually touched my heart, the ending of that game, because...
There's an infamous YouTuber who I actually unsubscribed from when he made a parody song of that game.
A Link to the Past?
Uh-huh.
No.
He made a parody song of to the music of the credits, and the individual, who I guess if you know this YouTuber, you'll know who I'm talking about, went, "Oh gee, what if Link was a hole?"
You think Is this the same guy who decided that Civilization's Forest theme song needed lyrics and it already had lyrics?
Yeah, that questionable was probably not at all intended, but came across as a little bit racist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You take a religious song sung in Swahili and decided that it's gobbledygook, and you put your own lyrics for the laughs.
Yeah, I'm guessing he mistakenly assumed that it was just chanting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best reasoning I could think of why he did what he did.
That would be the most well-intentioned interpretation of
Right.
his mistake. Yeah.
That it was just random chanting, but no.
I guess I also had an issue with him because of his opinion on Ocarina of Time. Like, the Ocarina of Time is so beloved that there is this counter group of people that decided, I'm going to hate this game just because of how overloved it is.
I hate those people.
When it's like, I get it that when things are over, I don't know, to me,
Overhyped or over exaggerated.
I stopped myself because overhyped is not the correct word.
That's right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, overhyped is like where the expectation of it is better than the actual product, which is not the word I'm looking for.
Correct. I think it's something else.
I get it that overloved things can be frustrating, but the times when I get angry about overloved things is when I feel like it's undeserved.
Right.
And I'm not going to decide to dislike something that's popular just because it's popular and I'm annoyed that it's popular if, it's something I've tried and I actually feel like it's good. And
right.
I think you can acknowledge that maybe you don't love something as much as the rest of the people, but it's still something good. And you don't have to be like,
Good.
this is a terrible game and I hate it because everybody else loves it, and it aggravates me that everybody else loves it.
I gotcha.
That, to me, is very annoying. And so, yeah, I got mad at him for, deciding to hate the game because of it being overloved. And it's like, I don't know. I guess you could argue I'm a little bit biased, but the game is a great game, and I feel like
it is great.
I feel like there are popular games that are overloved that aren't to that level,
Yes.
And I don't know. I guess I'm not. I guess if I'm complaining about those games, it's because there's something genuinely that I don't like in the game,
Right.
But anyways, that's
I understand. And you're pretty good about that.
Yay, we got the first Triforce piece.
Yep. 1 out of 8.
Yes.
Now we're a little bit stronger now that we've got 4 hearts.
So, I guess I can give you guys a little bit, very, very brief version, because I'll probably bring it up in more details in future videos, because the first 2 Zelda games are not going to be the last Zelda games we play.
Oh, no.
Definitely not.
I'd be shocked if we ended it after the first one.
Yes. But briefly, I can tell you more than likely I'd say it shifts from time to time, but I would say my oftentimes Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess are kind of both fighting for the number one spot.
I understand.
Like, there are times when I don't know, I never quite felt comfortable putting them both as my top. There were like times where you'd ask me and I'd say, oh, it's Ocarina of Time, or I'd say, oh no, Twilight Princess is my top favorite. It just depends on my mood, I guess.
I understand.
I have loyalty to Ocarina of Time because it's my introduction to the series. But in terms of like ultimately how I like narratives, in terms of like level of darkness, Twilight Princess is like the top tier for me. Majora's Mask is also pretty top tier, but the thing with Majora's Mask that, probably puts it closer to like my third or fourth favorite, it's short. It's only 4 dungeons. I mean, it's got other stuff in between to pad it out, but it's a little bit too short for me.
I felt that, yeah. Short. I know it's philosophical, but...
Oh yeah, and I love the game, 3 or 4 is really high for me. Like, you know me, I things that are in my top 5 are all deserving of my praise.
Yes.
And those people that know me very well know I have trouble ranking favorite things.
I understand.
Like,
I'm in the same boat, really.
Yeah, and then like I will literally start defending stuff that I put a little bit lower because I'm paranoid that people will think, oh, you put that low, so you must really dislike that. And I'm like, no, I put it on a top list for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's in my top 5, I have lots of love for it. If it's... if it's in my top 10, I have a lot of love for most of them. Whereas maybe when you're getting to 9 or 10, there might be lots of criticism coming up a little bit.
Right.
But for the most part, it's still something I love, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, in terms of other top ones, A Link to the Past is up there, man. I guess that would be Take Anywhere.
I just got us a 5th heart piece.
Yay.
That's another way you can get strong in this game, is to,
Sorry, my brain went to the English exercise videos. Take anything you want. That's not what she said, but that's where my brain went.
Take anything you want.
Take anything you want.
Yes. Spare me my life.
I have a feeling that those were actually comedy skits.
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong. I think we all assumed they were legitimate English lessons, but the only reason I have that theory is I stumbled upon a video, and I originally saw it like in the early days of YouTube, where it's this like lady elaborately dressed up in a kimono, all sexy, and she's teaching English with very very suggestive phrases, like very sexual phrases.
Uh-oh.
But it's helpful stuff. Like, she's talking about the importance of where you put your emphasis in English statements. Like saying if you put the emphasis in the wrong place, you come off as sarcastic. And when I did more research, I found out that was from a comedic sketch on something that I guess you could kind of compare to our Mad TV in a way.
Wow.
Kind of, sort of. So I'm wondering if those exercise videos that are teaching English are actually comedy, and we're just, you know, silly Americans that we're like, oh, that's the quirky Japanese people, you know.
Which it isn't. I thought it was like a legit learn English and exercise.
I thought it was too, but I'm wondering if we just made that assumption.
Uh-huh.
Because it does have very weird phrases that you're like, hold on now. And so I think a lot of people were thinking, well, they're just being quirky. I'm talking about some
other
of
people,
other people, not you and I.
Right.
And probably not our viewers, because like I said in the previous video, you guys are smart.
Exactly.
Or maybe I said it in this video. I said it in this video, never mind.
Well, you guys know.
But anyway, I went off on a tangent. But yeah, anyway, back to Zelda stuff. It's because you said take any one you want, so
right.
I'm like, take anything you want.
Yep.
But
I
anyway,
just got number 6.
Yeah, which I guess helps if you come to America and you get robbed, but
oh yes,
robbed at gunpoint. But hopefully, you know, I know nowadays it's kind of like, well, more likely to happen, but hopefully not.
Nice.
But yeah, with Zelda games, the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages is also up pretty high. I really enjoy those games, the Game Boy Color games.
Nice.
I do say justice for Furore, though. She deserves her own game.
Yeah.
They were supposed, I swear at one time they probably were going to make 3 games for all 3 goddesses.
The stories I heard from the articles I read, that was the original plan.
Yeah. So I'm, you know, hashtag justice for Furore.
Yeah. Our favorite bookish looking green.
Yeah, it could have been, let's see, we have Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons. We could have done like Oracle of Wisdom or...
Right.
Yeah, Oracle of... let's see. Seasons, Ages. So we have time, like linear time, and then we have seasons. So they're both time related. Oracle of... eras? Decades?
Could be.
No.
Yes! I got the white sword.
What's another...
Eons?
Century? Well, I guess ages kind of covers that.
Seasons, ages... Time?
Just time, I guess.
Like, you have the Temple of Time, you have the...
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Pay me and I'll talk. You're already talking. Go up the mountain ahead.
I see. That might be something, a clue for something later on. But...
Pay me and I'll talk.
Yes.
They never talk about the awkward lines in this game. They always focus on Adventures of Link.
Right, and
When they chronicle the awkward dialogue. But this one has awkward translations too.
oh, it really does actually. Are they complaining of? Are they crying about "I am error," which I think that was
That, and they love to point out when,
intended to be a joke, and they
yeah. That and, when Link goes into the house and then his health gets better miraculously.
come inside, says the woman, and I can replenish your health.
Yeah,
And
and people took it the wrong way.
yes,
I'm like, you get your head out of the gutter, guys. She probably fed him soup. Or bandaged his wounds. Either or.
right. So what does he do with the little old lady who replenishes his magic?
Cause guys, I think maybe a lot of people assumed Link's like an adult, like a complete adult in the second game, but no. In Adventures of Link, canonically he is 16. So don't you guys be saying that some strange lady does things with him, because that's illegal. Don't you be saying that, guys. Link is 16 in Adventures of Link. And if you don't believe me, read the manual. It's part of the plot.
How old is he in this game?
Probably a child.
Right.
I don't know, I don't think it was stated, but probably a child. And considering that, Ocarina of Time could have actually been referencing both of these games.
Yes.
By having him as a child and having him as 17, I guess. 16, 17.
That's kind of how I felt about
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time, and the fact that Link is a child and at a good portion of it, but then he grows up 7 years to be the tall Link.
Yeah. Who we call Adult Link, but is probably still a minor. On paper.
Yeah.
Although I don't think Hyrule makes a big deal out of it. And maybe you guys will make that argument with me too about the lady. But no, don't you be doing that. She's feeding him soup or bandaging his wounds or both. Or maybe just giving him a bed to sleep in at night. Alone. I hear you guys. Stop that. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Okay. Now I'm taking an adventure into the second dungeon.
Yes. Yes, just watch the pretty colored dungeon.
Oh yes, I love that shade of blue.
I do, yeah, it's very nice. The colors are very vibrant for a game of this time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a reason why this is definitely a full color experience.
Yes. And we might actually go a little over time since we're in a dungeon, and it would be very awkward to be like, okay, 30 minutes, and like, we were like one room away from the boss. I'm not gonna do that.
Good. Alright, well, we'll get your bang for your buck's worth.
Yes. I'm not going to cut us off too early.
Yeah. Oh, it's open, right? Let's go in here. Let's see what's in here. Snakes.
Why is it always snakes?
Yeah, I don't know, Indy.
I can't actually quote the line because it's not PG enough. I guess I could. I guess I could do the censored.
Are you actually quoting the snakes on the plane?
Oh, I was quoting something else, but then my brain went to that. Yeah.
Oh, they ran away.
Cowards!
Yeah.
Come and fight me like a man.
Yes.
And I'm a snake. I don't care.
And I am a dog that throws a boomerang.
I I love a boomerang because it always comes back to you. I wish my ball would come back to me.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Admittedly, I couldn't tell if his moblins were supposed to be bulldogs or pigs.
I always thought they were some kind of pig-like creatures because Ganon himself is a pig-like creature.
Okay.
Unless he actually was supposed to be a dog-like creature. I don't actually know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's pig-like, but...
Yeah.
Some worms. I got rich off that.
Now that was an ugly floor.
Yeah.
Those two colors don't go well together on the
Yellow
Nintendo.
sand and blue walls.
Save that for when we have better graphics and it's not as eye-hurty.
Right.
Wow, it's back. I mean, it's even worse on this TV because we have the brightness up too high right now. Because of a certain game that gets too dark.
Yeah, a certain dolphin that hangs out in the shadows. Yes?
Yeah, I don't blame him though. I don't even blame the developers. They probably barely knew how the Dreamcast worked. Because the Dreamcast was still a baby at that point.
Yeah.
Because you know how long games take to develop, so they probably were developing it in the first year. Dodongo dislikes shade.
Oh, smoke. I think it was smoke.
Smoke. Dodongo dislikes smoke. Okay. Yeah, it was too fast for me. Dodongo also dislikes shade. If you throw shade at him, he will be very mad.
Yeah.
Who are you to judge me?
Oops, not yet.
Let's get some. It's cool to notice that Dodongo was in the first one.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Now let's go. Here it is. This Triceratops looking thing.
He was originally a Triceratops. Oh.
Yep.
But that makes me feel bad for Dodongo. I like Triceratops.
Me too.
They're so cool.
They are. Certainly not the monstrous grotesque thing in,
Yay!
Yep. Part number 2, we find.
So I guess this is a good place to stop.
I agree.
Alright guys, we will see you in the next part.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.